I think this is what you call the point of no returnage. Welcome back to Freeman's Garage. It's another day working on the abandoned 62 Rambler Classic Deluxe, and we are going deeper into the bowels of the Borg Warner Flash-O-Matic push-button 3-speed automatic transmission. Trying to get this car back on the road for the first time since 1975. If you haven't seen the previous videos, they're all linked in the video description. Watch them after this. But right now, let's hurry up and get our butts under here and get to work, because we're gonna pull the valve body out of the transmission now. There might only be 2 or 3 bolts, I'm thinking, but we gotta get these little tubes out of our way. There we go. Just being very careful. They're just kind of press fit in here. Actually, hold on. Hold the rotary telephone. I need to take a photograph of these before we pop them out. Jeez. I never would have figured out that spaghetti maze. Hold on. Well, this ain't gonna work. Well, forget it. I'll just draw a picture. Yeah, see, these are just a press fit. I don't want to damage them, because that would not work out good for us. Okay, well, we'll come back to that one. The good thing is that these do fit in nice and snug like they're supposed to. It's making it difficult for us. Yeah, I thought we were being gentle. Oh. Well, yeah, of course. Why didn't I think of that? There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Got one more. Okay, so now we got the last 2 to get out. There we go. It's coming. All right, come on, baby. Come on, the Freeman. Yes. Okay, we do not want to unbolt this. We do not want to unbolt that. So I think we're going to be... One of our bolts we need to take out is probably tucked up in here, or I can't see. And we probably got to take out 1 or 2 of the bolts that actually secures this filter, this screen, onto the valve body. That's most likely what's holding the valve body in place. All right, I gotta get a 7/16. I'm not really sure exactly what all hardware has to come out, but we're just gonna start with what I suspect at first. When this valve body starts to fall out at the bottom of the transmission, you're gonna need to put the Cheetos down and lend a hand. Just wipe the Cheeto dust on your pant leg, or well, yeah. Let's just hope you're wearing pants. Yeah, I hope you're wearing pants when you watch Freeman's Garage. Okay, family show. I think the bolt is right up in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off my girly glove. I'm just gonna stick my finger up here. Okay, oh yeah, see, oh yeah, there's a bolt right there. Right by the screen that's shaped like the state of Utah. I'm actually trying to get this valve body off before I have to leave the house to go pick up my daughter from her practice. And, ow. That way, when we see inside this, on the other side of this valve body, if we determine that the move is to maybe purchase some sea foam to soak this thing in, I can pick up some sea foam all in one shot, you know? Instead of having to drive all over the gosh darn place twice. Doesn't look like it's falling out all on its own here. So why don't we... I only have a couple minutes and I gotta go. Yeah, let's just leave the bolt threaded in a little bit. And then let's take this screwdriver and see if we can't get the valve body to move. Well, hold on here. Oh, okay, yeah. Yep, nice. There might be a bolt over here though. Let's see. Maybe not. You know what, I think there is. Yeah, but how would it move that much? But that's not moving. Huh. Well, here, if it falls, it falls. I think we'll be okay. Let the valve bodies fall where they may. Yeah, there might be another bolt. Okay, hold on. Ow, my neck. All right, I didn't find the last piece of hardware that's got to come out in time. Where's my hat? Yeah, the neck. All right, I'm gonna go take care of my fatherly duties. I'll be right back. All right, party people, we are back. Get your dancing shoes on. I don't know what that means, but I think that there might actually not be another bolt. Let's see here again if I can remember from 30 minutes ago. Where's the screwdriver? Okay, so this end's moving more than this end. See, I think above this screen there might be what resembles a tube, kind of a tube going up into the case, and that's probably why it's not coming out, and we need to pull it straight down. When I move the valve body, it's moving on the outside of the case. So there's a rod that goes up and down in here, and I'm trying to get us off of that. So I put it in park just to, move things around up in here and see if that could help us, but it's not. See, I'd almost think we could just pop right off of here, but we don't want to bend anything. That's the problem. You see, if you didn't care about ruining things. Oh, there you go. Knew it. Okay, so we popped out of the tube that I was sure is going to be in there. Oh, we're still under linkage. This is so... It's just even more filth. Oh, yeah, okay, let's just keep going. I think this is what you call the point of no returnage. If you haven't hit the arrow button to share this video with family and friends, please do, because I want everyone to see this. This is just too fun. Okay, I'm gonna take the transmission out of park. That might help. Probably not, but I'll try it. Oh man, total P90X ab workout. Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to ruin the linkage or bend it all up all crazy. Oh, actually, I wasn't expecting the linkage to look quite like that. I was expecting something different. Oh, and our cable that goes up to the carburetor, that's not even connected. Or maybe I disconnected it. I'm not sure. I can't see anything I'm doing right now. If this wasn't full of gunk, I could maybe see how to disconnect this linkage. But because I can't, everything is just all gooped. I can tell you right now that the linkage inside here did not fall apart, which is one thing we were suspecting in the previous video. It's all connected, but the valve body is jammed where we click into our different detents, if you will. And if we could ever get this thing out of here before Christmas, hopefully, I can show you what I found. This feels like a clip that we could pop off, but the challenge is, am I going to even be able to get to it? Oh man, that hurt. Okay, yeah. That is the type of clip that I was now thinking it is. I know I could pop that off the screwdriver if I could get one in there. That's the problem. Okay, maybe, if we're lucky. Okay. I don't have any grip. Don't have any grip, potato chip. Nice. Okay, I was just able to get this clip. Okay, this might come off now. If we can get. And I'm trying not to be too gentle so that we can, get this done. But I'm also trying not to damage anything. Okay, we need to get this. Oh, come on. Right when... Okay, never mind. There you go. There we go. I didn't want that to fall, but... Ay, ay, ay. Too much fun. It must be illegal to have this much fun. There should be a law against this much fun. Well, now we get to clean more. Yay! Alright, I haven't seen the top of the valve body yet from our 1962 Borg Warner Flash-O-Matic transmission. But, whoa! It's bad. Even more gunk. Even more sludge. That is packed. Worst transmission I've ever seen. I thought the pan was bad. Woo! Let's just hope that's not clutch material. Let's take to the workbench for a closer look. Woo! Look at that. Is that not a thing of beauty? Is that not the nicest valve body you've ever had the pleasure of knowing? Look at that. My goodness gracious. Oh! Come on, Freeman. Don't make it worse. Here's the side that we cleaned. Oh, it's peeing. Well, where do we begin? So yeah, it's good that we took the valve body out because we get to clean all that, so that's good. And we can break this down further and clean it even more, which we're going to do. And we're going to clean up inside the transmission case more, which adds more time onto this ordeal, but it's the thing to do. And the reason why we pulled the valve body out, remember, is because our shifting of our gears is all jammed up and not working, and I was suspecting the linkage had fallen apart, and it didn't. See, this moves. That's supposed to do that. That's good. We freed that up in the previous video. But this here, this right here, that's supposed to click, click, click. That's our detents in here that do our gear selections. And that is froze up solid, which is why we weren't able to shift the transmission manually with our fingers on the linkage on the outside of the case. And why our push buttons, in the previous video we confirmed that our push buttons, they do work, but they weren't working when attached to the linkage on the outside of the transmission because this is froze up. See that it should just Castle of Grayskull, I have the power! This is when I was working on getting apart. It was the last thing I had to get apart before the valve body fell out for us. And yeah, this right here, this is the clip. Actually, we need to remember that this goes here. I'll draw a sketch of that. As that goes, I think, oh, my stomach. Guy's hungry. That goes in there like that. And this is the same style clip you see on a lot of throttle linkage pieces and whatnot on all makes and models for the most part. But yeah, that's the clip that I was fighting to get off. I was about to start blasting a royalty-free light rock track for you for this cleaning procedure, you know, kind of a montage. But I decided let's kick it off by just sticking our fingers in here. Ooh. Let's see exactly how thick this is. 1962 Borg Warner Flash-O-Matic push button transmission, valve body, out of the nastiest transmission I've ever taken apart. Look at that, it's like plowing snow. Yeah, let's just say don't come over to Freeman's house tonight for burgers. You don't want me forming those hand patties. Because ever since we started taking the transmission apart on this car, I haven't been able to get the smell out of my hands. Or off of my hands. But on that note, let's give it a bath, clean up our valve body, and then let's go from there. We'll take a look at plungers inside, make sure things are... We might do a seafoam soak, and yeah, we're getting closer to seeing if we can drive this car for the first time since 1975, 1 year before the bicentennial. Let's do it. The valve body is clean enough to lay our eyeballs on it again and start taking it apart. I'm going to clean this transmission puke up real quick. So here we are, looking good so far. It's not perfectly spotless. No point in spending a lot more time making it that way because We just want it clean enough so that we can see and we can open it up, because if our plungers and whatnot in here are just hammered, well, then it would have been a waste of time to do a thorough cleaning. Okay, this we got freed up before we took the valve body out. That was in the previous video. And again, now we can get a better look at this part right here. This needs to move. Our detents are in here for our gears, and that is connected to this. You couldn't even see this before. And this, we're peeing all over the place here. This right here, as you can see, it's not moving. It's nice we get a better look at it now. Now, is this jammed inside here, or is this jammed? Let's see here. Oh, that moves. But this is not moving on here, and that's not moving in there. Either way, we're opening it up to see inside here, so let's get cracking on that, and hopefully these screws are all the same length so that we don't have to keep track of anything. Part of me wants to soak this valve body in seafoam overnight, just the whole thing, and see if this frees up, or we might even be able to, well, actually we might be able to, get that to loosen up without soaking it. But I mean, you've seen the videos and you've been watching this video so far. You know how much gunk there is all over, or there was. So that leaves, kind of leaves no choice. We got to open this up and see what it's like in here, or we'll probably just be wasting our time putting $20 of transmission fluid in and all that kind of stuff. So, see, we got a longer screw here. Yeah, that's gonna complicate things. Gosh darn it. And I don't want to take more screws out than we need to right now. I'm just trying to break this thing in half at first. But whatever, it's probably just all coming apart anyways. Okay, I think this is going to come apart now. A little whack with a hammer or a rubber mallet helped. And I'm trying to, so I happen to actually take a lot of these screws out all the way, because they're unthreaded all the way, but I didn't actually remove them all the way because I don't want to get things mixed up. Okay, what is holding us together? Just that. Okay, it's coming apart. Oh, well, there's a screw. A little bit of thread. Thread it in. Ready? Here we go. Yeah. Ooh. Not as bad as I was expecting. The brain, it's not that bad, but we got sludge factor. So definitely had to take this apart. Good call. We make a pretty good team. So how much goop is actually in here? See, a lot of that's clean. This is all goop. Yeah, see, that can't be in there. This comes off. This plate comes off the top. There's some plates like that right there that come off, if you want to call them plates or covers. Let's just clean this up, get as much as goop out as we can, and then we will soak it in something overnight. What are we going to soak it in? Not 100% sure at the momento. Let's just prep this and then we'll decide. Oh, this just moved. Well, this is still froze though. I just took a plate off of here, which looks just like the plate on this side. And this here has a, oh, this does come out. I wasn't sure if that was going to come out or not. The spring comes out. And, okay, no, nothing's falling out like a little check ball or anything. Okay, there's going to be a spring. Oh, no spring on this side. You can see there are little passageways. We're going to get all that cleaned out. You know what? I just mixed some of these screws up. So all these ones, we'll just have to figure out where they go when we get to that point. I don't think it's going to be too difficult to figure that out. There's not that many, and we're not that dumb here at Freeman's Garage, are we? And plus, I think there's only 2 different lengths, right? Okay, good. Because if there were 3 different lengths, we would be in trouble. Well, that's a pretty good spring in here. Pretty strong spring. And we're getting a lot more old fluid out by taking this off. It's pouring out. And I'm actually a little concerned for my safety with the strength of this spring. But what would Burt Reynolds do? Chicken out? I don't think so. I don't want to lose the spring, so sorry for blocking the view with my elbow, but I need to make sure we don't lose this or lose a ball of eye. Oh, yeah, there's 2 springs in here. Alright, so just remember the big one goes on here, and the small one goes in here. So don't forget that. You know, for all we know, the case, the actual case of the transmission itself is cracked, and that's why the outside of it is covered in a layer of old oil. You never know. Or the front seal was leaking in 1975, and they ran a whole bunch of some type of additive in it to stop it from leaking, and then it caused all this gunk. And the screen's plugged up and it quit working and they parked it. But remember the previous video where we found there was 1 screw for the transmission pan that was about threaded out about that far, and the pan is real difficult to get out of the car. And so they might have tried to take the pan off to look inside, and they failed and then just walked away from it. Boy, that goop is just anywhere it can go, it'll go. Okay, if we can't figure out what direction, which way this goes back onto here, then we're not ready for the preschool wood puzzles yet. We need to really go back to school. We're almost done cleaning all the parts. We're doing kind of almost a 100% clean to get rid of as much gunk as possible, but after an overnight soak, we might even go a little bit longer. Still haven't decided what we're going to soak it in yet. We'll decide that in a minute. But after that soak, we'll get things even better, but we just wanted to get rid of just as much crud as we can in a timely manner before the soak. And these 2 springs here, I really need your help with these. Inside this hole, we had taken out this spring, but while I was cleaning, this spring came out from way down in there. So this is what I need your help with. Don't let me forget. The larger and heavier spring goes into this hole. by the number 12. Goes in there first. That goes in first, and then this goes in second after it. There's some stuff that, bits and pieces, that if they don't free up, we're really going to be in trouble. We got our hardware, and other than that, here's the last piece, the largest piece. Yeah, there's even gunk under there too, huh? Let me turn this light on. Oops. Uh-oh, where'd that come from? Oh, yeah. We gotta hold on. We gotta pay attention here. I'm saying a lot because I'm thinking as I'm talking to you. This piece right here, moving around, that looks like it goes. Okay. That goes. Okay, just remember it. This piece goes. Well, it was over that hole. It must have been in here like that. Right? I think. So remember that. Okay, here's a spring. Okay, remember that that spring goes right there in that hole. That's going to be crucial. And is there anything else laying around or anything that's going to fall out? Oh, that might be a check ball right there. Let's check that right now. Yeah, see, that's a check ball. I wonder how many more there are. But remember, there's one there because we're going to take that out to clean. So remember that. And now, where did this fall out from? Gosh darn it. It's probably over the spring, eh? More than likely. Yeah, where else would it have been? It wouldn't have been here. Okay, we're saying that that goes there on that spring. Don't forget any of this. We just got lucky. I actually picked this up and flipped it over and got that check ball out. And then I flipped it back over and set it down like this. And then just noticed there's another check ball right there. If that would have fallen out, not only would it might have gotten lost, but we wouldn't have known where it came from. So remember that there's a check ball that goes right here and one that goes there. And now, before cleaning this out, I'm going to triple check this with my ball of eyes and make sure that there's not another one in there. We got lucky again. I just found the spring in here. So this is the shortest spring out of all the ones that we pulled out. So remember that this one goes into here before the check ball goes in there. I'm serious. I'm going to need your help putting this back together. Almost done cleaning this, just checking back in with you because my brain's kind of changing ideas here a little bit, but I got that piece soaking in some penetrating oil. I was able to get most of everything freed up as far as valves and whatnot, but this piece here, this was our main culprit. With the detents and our gear selection that was in here. I was able to get that out. It was all gooey and gummy, so that's good. And I've got almost all the valves. Let me get a little better light on here for you. And you can see this one's coming out. In fact, I can very carefully get that to move. And you can see that's all gooey. Let's actually take this one out live right now together. Hold on, I've got one hand. Hold on. There we go. And that's what that one looks like. So right now I'm actually debating in my head whether or not we're actually going to soak all our valve body parts overnight or not, because I'd like to get it all done today and test out the transmission today. Update number 1, I changed shirts. That rag I was wearing, it got too dirty even for me to wear. Update number 2, I'm still working on these chunks of the valve body. It's all that's left. There's a couple things still stuck inside that I have not been able to get out yet. I've actually spent a few hours working on this. I got these out of here. It's almost completely empty, and I can wrap up the cleaning on it, and then we can start putting stuff back together. And I have been using WD-40, which has done wonders, and we are going to completely get all the WD-40 off of everything before final reassembly, which we'll talk about. Well, you'll see what I use for final reassembly lube when we get to it. But check this out. This valve right here, this one, huge pain. Took forever to get it to there, to that point. But I can't get it to come out the rest of the way. It's just not doing it, but I got a trick here that might work. So let's try this rare earth magnet. Well, okay, that answers that. So I'll clean. What was that? Oh, I thought a mystery spring just showed up out of nowhere. So you got to be careful with magnets, because yeah, it'll make things happen that you don't want to happen. Do not walk next to your vehicle with a magnet like that. I think you know why. But yeah, we'll clean this up and set it up here with these other clean parts. And then this piece here, this just needs a final clean out with some bore brushes and whatnot, and then that'll be ready for reassembly with its pieces. And I'm not taking this off, not taking this apart. I don't see any need to do that. I think that would just be a complete waste of time. This is a modulator. There's a dowel pin right here that has to come out to get that out. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that out or not. I'm not completely sure yet. I'm going to work on it a bit longer. But so that needs to come out. That's right in here. And then there's one small piece left in here to get out that is giving me fits. And I don't want to give up on these, because I don't want to get all this spotless and then not get these two pieces out and cleaned well. So I'm going to keep plugging away on that. I finally was able to get it to move by gently putting this pick in here and just rocking it back and forth gently, and was able to get all that to move in there. It's the dowel pin. That's the big challenge here, but I think I've got it figured out how to get the dowel pin out. I just found out that if I push, there's a little bit of play here. I can gently push that back and forth. And so I'm going to move this to where I can see the dowel pin move, and it looks like, see, I'm going to stop it right there, where it looks and feels to me as if that's kind of in a zone where it's just floating there. Nothing, maybe some mallet action, nothing. Okay, now, okay, let's try the magnet now. But I'm going to make sure that we're in that spot still. Okay, I think right there. Okay, now we're going to try the magnet. Oh, there we go, it's working. Got it to come out a little bit. Let's try a little bit more. Okay, well now that it's out that far, I'm going to try to do this without leaving a mark on anything. Got it! The modulator is going to come apart, or hopefully. And I'm going to put this pin, oh here, I'm just going to leave it on the magnet and set it over here because I want to keep the modulator pieces together. It'll just make it easier to put everything back together. And again, I'm being very gentle when I'm putting things like this pick in these holes because I do not want to mar or scratch any surfaces. We're going to have to work this back and forth. Let's try the magnet. Oh, the magnet's working on this too. Nice. Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna have to soak this some more because it is just not coming out. If it doesn't come out, we're gonna have a serious problem here. Some time has passed, been hacking away at it still here, and I was scared I wasn't gonna get the modulator valve out, which is right here. I got it out. Didn't think that was gonna come out of there. It was back behind this cap. But the next trick is there's a spring in here that has to come out through that hole right here. If you look down in there, you'll be able to see it. There it is, right in the center of your screen. That spring, it's about that long, and I'm trying to work it out through that hole. And it's kind of coming out. I think it is moving. Ooh. Yeah, I think it might be coming through. Hopefully, because this is one of the last gatekeepers. By Scott, I don't believe it. All right. Is there anything else in here though? Alrighty, disassembly is finally 100% complete. Was walking the line there between hammering, scraping, things that shouldn't be hammered and scraped because this is not a transmission shop, but got it done. Wasn't the easiest. Got it done without ruining anything that we know of yet. I've made the executive decision to not soak the parts overnight in seafoam. We're going for it. Might be able to get this all done right here today in one shot. And plus, does a guy really need to be driving across town and back and buying a $50 gallon of seafoam? I don't know. I don't think it's necessary in this case. Famous last words of a fool. Final cleaning, then our reassembly. Oh, and you better remember where every single piece goes. JK, I got diagrams. I'm standing here at the drill press, cleaning up our little screws on the wire wheel, and a gust of wind came through. It slammed this door shut and ripped the hinges right out of the door frame. What in tarnation? I had the door held wide open all the way against the wall with a paving stone and a fossil. And apparently that wasn't heavy enough for this wind gust. And it slid everything towards the door frame. And I guess when things came to an abrupt halt, it had enough force to cause carnage. Ay, ay, ay. I'm way behind on everything as it is, my friend. I really don't need more stuff added on. But isn't that the world we live in? Everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, there is somebody or something trying to deplete you of your time and or money. Isn't that special? I need to temporarily fix this door so it'll secure for the night, but I have been looking and I cannot find my drill, my screw gun anywhere. I'm telling you, the world really is just sucker punching me from the left and the right now. Not complaints, just saying what it is. I could be wheelchair bound or anything you could imagine, so not complaining, but if this car's ever gonna get, we're ever gonna get this car back on the road, we gotta get this done. Where's my screw gun? Okay, I was able to get a couple screws in. There. Not fixed, but that'll keep the critters out overnight. Alright, back to the 62 Rambler Flash-O-Matic transmission. Let's finish the cleaning and get this thing back together because I want to push buttons, I want to shift, I want to put this car through the kitchen wall. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. All the pieces of the valve body are cleaned and dry and ready to attempt to put back together. But I gotta tell you the truth, I'm not really sure who's watching 3-hour-long videos. I'd hate for people to jump off early and miss some of the juicy bits. So we're breaking this up into more than one video. If that ruins your viewer experience, let me know in the comments, please, so I can make an improvement. This is a good thing because in the next video we're going to put the valve body back together, and that's going to be a whole new adventure in itself. And I don't want to have to cut out any of the action. In fact, I'm not shutting everything down here at Freeman's Garage and walking away from this. I'm going to put this valve body together right now. It's just not going to be a 3-hour video. I rest my case, and I recommend that you now watch the video that started the transmission work on this car.